because I'm standing on business. I deserve the flex and I have God as my witness. Police tried to slow me down, but they couldn't stop it. I got platinum plaques like I got cars in my wallet. I got millions. Got the fuck inside my bag and out my feelings. Got a couple carbon copies, I got children. Only that's around me's my Brazilian. Moving militant, no regular civilian. Business as usual, usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it cost a couple thousands, some millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright. Business as usual, usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it cost a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright.
Why would I hold him out for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my passions. Pretty girls, you think I'm handsome, just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, keep it moving.
It's week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see Zach Wilson. You can't ask for much more than his last game, a 5-touchdown effort. It's the Jets and the Vikings, next on Madden Football.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's like.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, at Zach Wilson.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a supervisor and say, listen,
Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1. You talk about this Jets defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now 3rd down and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit. Maybe they're split.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. One of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop red zone territory at the 13-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Zero hesitation that time. He just got it and put it out in the right flat. Unfortunately, incomplete.
Well, you know how hard these quarterbacks nowadays work on just getting the ball in their hands and making a quick decision and throwing the football. Didn't work out in this case.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll run a draw now with Singletary. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a left sideline, a dime, and it looks like he's got it. There's Hockenson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point try now for Patterson. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Wilson gets rid of it quickly. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You look at this defense for the Vikings. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw is Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing to start the drive. Posey. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Off play action. Posey. A short one here. Caught by McBride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 20, here's 2nd down and 2. Looking to throw. Posey. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings 1st down as he's brought down at the 16. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Robinson. His way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a third effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a fourth.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Patterson now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now out come the Jets. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Oh, a design run for their wideout. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives them a 1st and 10.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Straight ahead is Hall, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Hall again on 2nd down. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Breece Hall, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Carlos Basham able to make the play defensively.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And it's a fumble. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught downfield by Addison. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 63 yards. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
But this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try to wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This 2nd and 4. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll run with Hall. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Cooper here. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Second and 5. They go play action with Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing again here, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
So we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. Now Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On first down, Wilson. And he's got his big tight end here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reeves. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's the sneak with Wilson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll look to run with Hall. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Andrew Beck, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. One back in the backfield. And he loses the football the second time. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So potentially a big turnaround brewing to begin this 3rd quarter as this defense forces a much-needed turnover.
Yeah, this is a team starting to work in concert now, right? They went out and got a touchdown to start the second half, and now they get the football right back.
Well, the Jets taking over again. Breece Hall making his way out with the offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the 3rd quarter. Well, now they'll try the end around. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But not a big gain with that play. But what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll find Hall. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And this has been a game of contrast somewhat, as you see. He's had success moving the ball on the ground. That fumble on the last drive, though, that's now 2 that he's lost in this game.
And that's where it really hurts. It makes things difficult on a coach because you mentioned the success he's having, yet if he keeps turning it over, it negates all of that success. Take care of the football, and he's headed for a big game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On first down, Posey finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now we'll throw here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll look to throw again. Complete to Addison on the out route. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he's down inside the 15. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal with some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocked it on the door. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on first and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But, Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, first and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck roll.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point try now for Patterson. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch. On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And New York set to take the field. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch. And it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing is Wilson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Here we go. This is fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And New York set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Wilson. That is caught. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
These guys off the edge are already tough to contain when they're protecting a stationary target. Ask them to hold their blocks when a runner is struggling to find a lane, often an impossible task. Regardless of the outcome on the scoreboard, that will be one of this game's biggest stops. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They'll work with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 6. To throw is Wilson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust. And unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. The